Welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping right into something that literally impacts every single one of us every single day. Look, the real secret to building lasting wealth, it's actually not about finding that next explosive stock or landing some massive promotion. It's all about breaking bad everyday money habits. So today, we're going to fix the habits that are secretly draining your bank account. So I want to kick things off by asking you a pretty direct question. Is earning more money really enough? I mean, picture a busy modern city for a second. You see people rushing off to high-paying jobs and skyscrapers. You see flashy luxury cars cruising down the street. And, well, it looks like total success, right? But if you were to somehow look over their shoulder while they check their banking app, you'd probably be shocked to see a nearly empty account. It's this massive contradiction. The reality is, a high income absolutely does not automatically equal wealth. You can out-earn almost any financial problem, but you cannot out-earn bad money habits. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today. First, the wealth illusion. Second, the spending trap. Third, the debt and risk trap. Fourth, the growth trap. And finally, number 5, the power of consistency. Part 1, the wealth illusion, why high income doesn't equal wealth. You know, most people falsely believe that becoming rich is purely about just getting a raise. They think, man, if I just get a bump in my salary, all my financial stress is going to vanish. But wealth, it's actually about playing defense just as much as offense. You could bring in a fantastic salary every single month, but if you're constantly making costly errors like paying unnecessary interest, buying depreciating assets, or just ignoring basic tax strategies, you're essentially pouring water into a bucket with a massive hole in it. Becoming rich is often about avoiding those expensive mistakes just to plug the holes. Moving on to part 2, the spending trap. Pay yourself last versus lifestyle inflation.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the standard routine for so many people. Basically, the poor habit. Step 1, your salary arrives. Step 2, you immediately start spending. The online shopping carts check out, restaurant bills rack up, and those endless monthly subscriptions get paid. And step 3? Well, there's absolutely nothing left to save. You paid the clothing store, you paid the restaurant, you paid the streaming services, but you didn't pay yourself. It's that deep psychological desire to look rich that instantly drains a fresh paycheck before it even has a chance to grow.
Now, let's completely flip that on its head and look at the wealthy habit. Step 1 is exactly the same. The salary arrives. But step 2 is where everything changes. The wealthy auto-invest. They pay themselves first. Literally, the moment that paycheck hits the bank, a portion is automatically routed straight to an investment or savings account. You don't even have to think about it. Then, step 3 is simply spending what remains. It completely changes your financial psychology because you are securing your future before you fund your present weekend plans. And this brilliantly illustrates the core conflict we face every single day, the illusion of wealth versus the reality of wealth. As our income increases, that trap of lifestyle inflation sets in hard. We think we deserve the newest phone, the designer clothes, or, we finance a luxury car just to show everyone how well we're doing. But honestly, that's just the illusion of wealth. It actually keeps you financially dependent on your next paycheck. The reality of wealth is a lot quieter. It's building investments, it's achieving a level of financial independence where you don't have to sweat the price tag of a sudden emergency. Part 3, the debt and risk trap, the silent wealth killers. Thousands of dollars. Let that sink in. That is what credit cards and personal loans quietly consume from your wealth, through high interest payments over time. Even if you get your daily spending totally under control, ignoring the dangers of debt and unexpected risks can cause a financial disaster that completely wipes out all the amazing progress you've made. When you carry a balance on a credit card, You're effectively paying a premium on everything you bought months ago. It's this silent leak that makes building long-term wealth incredibly difficult, if not literally impossible. Successful investors know that life, well, it just happens to all of us. Medical bills pop up, job loss occurs, car repairs are pretty much inevitable. If you're operating without a safety net, any one of these incredibly calming life events can turn into a complete financial disaster. They force you to rely on those high-interest credit cards we just talked about, trapping you right back in a stressful cycle of debt. As this quote perfectly summarizes, unexpected expenses can become financial disasters without a cash reserve. A planned, dedicated savings account, your emergency fund, is basically your financial shock absorber. It allows you to confidently handle a broken down car or a sudden medical bill without the stress, without the panic, and most importantly, without accumulating any more toxic debt. It just gives you incredible peace of mind. All right, part 4, the growth trap, waiting for the right time. Now that we've covered how to play strong defense, let's move to and see how this builds on the offense. Instead of waiting around for some massive lump sum to start investing, look at how consistent compound growth actually behaves from year 1 to 5 to 10 to 20. Just notice that massive acceleration. Investing consistently, even with smaller amounts, is vastly more powerful than waiting a whole decade to invest a large amount all at once. Compound growth rewards patience. The money you invest starts making its own money, and then that money makes money. But it only works if you start now and stay consistent. Of course, to make those investments grow, you really need the right knowledge. Mastering the basics, stuff like budgeting, investing, taxes, and long-term planning, frequently creates vastly greater wealth over a lifetime than a higher salary ever could. Taking the time to actually understand how taxes impact your investments or how to properly allocate your long-term portfolio is absolutely crucial. Because guess what? Knowledge compounds just like money does. Finally, part 5. The power of consistency. Smart decisions repeated. Long-term success, financial freedom, and a truly peaceful financial life all boil down to smart decisions repeated over and over again. Let's state this as clearly as possible. Building wealth is rarely about getting lucky. We really need to stop waiting for a lottery ticket or some lucky crypto coin to save us. True wealth is the result of intention. It's the result of paying yourself first, avoiding toxic debt, building a cash reserve, and allowing compound interest to do its heavy lifting. It's not magic, guys. It's math and discipline over many years. So I want to leave you with this provocative question to chew on. What small habit will you change this month to alter your financial future? Will you finally set up that auto transfer to your investment account? Will you pause before upgrading your perfectly good phone? Remember, small habits repeated every single month are what ultimately unlock the door to total financial freedom. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Now go out there and take control of your financial future.